Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I've got a couple more Midgards Messer knives. Now I haven't been into these pouches yet, so I don't know what they are. We're gonna do that together. I'd like to thank Midgards Messer and Tools for Gents for sending these in for me to take a look at. Your best bet at picking these knives up, from what I've seen, is Tools for Gents. So if you're not familiar with Tools for Gents, I would suggest you check them out. They'll be linked down in the description. But yeah, if you've ever wondered, where do these people get these gigantic, crazy Midgards Messer knives, that's where it is. So thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I think I'm going to save, this feels slightly heavier, so I'm going to save that one. We're going to do this one first. And is this the, yeah, it's the Berserker, but it's in a reasonable size. So if you guys remember look at that. Ooh, that's nice. Forgive my gross fingernails. This is very cool. So this isn't a separate inlay, is it? Yeah, actually, I think it is. Otherwise, why would there be a screw there? They have a separate inlay of knurled or micro diamond textured titanium, and then they've extended that titanium texturing to the pocket clip, and this is slightly darker. And then the rest of the knife has a frag finish on it, and of course, extended jimping so that you always have a place. Flipping action, very nice, and a really nice satin finish on the blade. So, what is it called? Yeah, the little Berserker. Okay, so I have the big Berserker still. Let me get that thing out. Oh, it is the same. They just made the texturing much more. So, the Berserker is a hilariously huge knife. It's a bit big for me to carry. For other people, it might not be, right? Like if you like to carry, big knives like this, then hey, knock yourself out, right? I honestly don't know if the big one's still available. But now we have a smaller option where they literally have done the same thing. The action's very nice. They have literally done exactly the same thing. It's just smaller, and instead of a blasted finish, we have a satin finish, which is nice. It's nice they mixed it up just a little bit. What steel do we have? Because on the big guy, it is CPM D2. Now that's the steel of choice, it seems, for Midgards Messer, and I've been really wishing that they would try something a little bit different. But I honestly don't know what they did because I don't see where it's printed. Did you hide it on the flipper tab? Is it on the other side? What we can't see? I have no idea. I don't know. My guess would be, just based on what they've done in the past, my guess would be that it is CPM D2. Very easy to manipulate. Whoops. Can we do the reverse flick? You can, but that D10 is heavy enough that it makes it a little tricky. The action's very good. The quality overall is very good. And you're a little cramped in here, honestly, to get 4 fingers. Now, if you rock back and let your pinky come out here, it's a little bit... Is better the right word? This is an awkward knife to hang on to. The big one is much more comfortable just because you can get everything in here before this dramatic change in curvature. But yeah, really cool. I mean, literally for people who thought, the Berserker's cool, I would prefer that it was a smaller size. So definitely a little bit different in terms of a knife profile. That's definitely not a handle that we see very often. They did do T8. Are they Torx? Yes. So T8, full backspacer, pocket clip, curvature, and position is super weird. And I can tell you right now, if you're thinking, that feels like it would be a weird place for the clip, and like it would feel a little bit strange in hand, it absolutely does, right? But, it's not like they were like, whoops, we accidentally made a knife that's weird to hang on to. I think they knew exactly what they were doing here. So, okay, cool. And then what do we have for the second one? I did not know that they were making a small Berserker, so that's interesting. What the heck? Oh my gosh. What is going on here? What on earth? Oh my gosh. What is this? The Sleipner? The Sleipner? Okay. So it's a frame lock? What on earth does it close the same way? What is the purpose of this hole? Oh, this is bizarre. Are you supposed to put your finger in there? I'm sorry. I'm a child. What is happening here? What? Why? Okay, I have so many questions. How do we access this and what is it? Hold on. What is the screw? What is in here? I don't understand. What's in here? Nothing? Okay, so wait, how do we access the pivot? Oh my gosh, this is so weird. How is the blade being... Okay, so let me tell you. The actions is a bit odd. It is not... This is not a fall shut knife. In fact, it feels kind of tight. But I don't... What is this? Is this a flipper? Ouch. Okay, I don't think so. I don't think that's what you're supposed to use that for. That is so weird. It does have a steel lock bar insert, right? I mean, that's what those screws are. Hold on. Why don't you know? This is a terrible review. Because you literally just watched me pull it out of a package for the first time after having previously not been aware of its existence. This is an unboxing. I know at least one person's going to be like, this is a terrible review. Sorry, you'll have to wait for the actual review. I'll give you a hint. The review video will be the video that says review on it. That will be the review of the knife. Okay, it does have a steel lock bar insert. So that's what these screws are. The blade is crazy thick. That's close to a 1/4 inch. Has to be. Opened up, it's pretty cool. I mean, the knife is cool looking, and this is obviously a Tools for Gents exclusive because they always do the blue titanium. So it may be offered elsewhere, but to get the blue titanium, that's almost certainly going to be Tools for Gents. Okay, I really like the finish on the blade. I like the idea of a big old thick crazy Wharncliffe, right? And honestly, choked up, it's pretty comfortable. I'm just so confused about the pivot. Why is this? So these right here are stops? Yeah. These things. That is, okay, so those are contacting all the way around. Okay. No way. It's definitely not going to disengage. What else is strange is this right here. Is it curved? Yeah. No. No. It's not. We're learning. We're learning right now. Okay, contact and lockup is absolute, and it's because of the nature of this. We have these huge pieces of, I can only assume, steel that are contacting not only back here, but the entirety. The reason that it's draggy is because these are actually contacting all the way around. I mean, it sure looks like it. Yeah. This will probably smooth up over time with use, but I don't see this being, I mean, now here's the thing. The only reason it's excusable is because you have to understand the position of Midgards Messer and a big chunk of their market, which is European. So there's a lot of knives, like this knife is obviously not necessarily meant for that market, right? I mean, it's part of the reason why they did a lot of people were confused about the Midgards Messer USA here. This knife is not actually made in the United States. It was to celebrate the launch of their USA section of their brand, which, you know, of course, in the USA, flipper knives and knives that are meant to be manipulated with one hand are perfectly fine. Now, that was confusing, and I told them, I said, you can't put USA on the blade if it's not actually made in the United States. So it was a little bit of a, you know, confusing there. They obviously didn't do that with this one, right? So that just says Midgards Messer. But this is meant for the other market where the locking mechanism is okay, which is not always okay over there, but it needs to be a knife that's operated or manipulated with two hands, which I'm going to tell you is definitely the case here. Now, it's a frame lock, but I'm telling you the presence of this and how much surface contact there is, that does add to it. This is wild. I've never seen anything like this where we have this massive barrel. I think, yeah, that is one piece of material that's just sitting in there. I want to see it taken apart so I can see. I'm going to have to message them and say, how does this come apart? I imagine it just rotates. They have a tool that goes in here and you rotate either side. It can't be just one piece. It has to be a cap and a barrel. And there must be some threads on the inside. That is super weird, but very durable and very chunky. And I'll tell you what, right on theme for Midgards Messer. For sure. What an absolutely strange, so strange. It is actually wanting to smooth up a little bit as I'm operating it. This almost looks like it's supposed to be a flipper, but I don't think so. That's just the back of the area that contacts the blade tang, or the lock, right? But why this? What is this? Just for the curvature? Oh, yeah, okay. But why this area? This is such a confusing knife. Obviously, I've got some research to do before I review it. I did not know that that existed or that they were sending it, but it is interesting. Midgards Messer sure knows how to create some head scratchers, but it does make for interesting content, definitely. Because I mean, let's be real. For people asking why, I'll tell you why. It's very simple. Because if there weren't companies like Midgards Messer, all we would have is Ontario Rat 2s, Opinels, and Buck 110s. And I don't know about you, but I'm okay with the alternative, which is a world where we have substantially more than that, even if it's not completely necessary. Those are great. You can buy them. But here, I like to look at things that are a little bit offbeat every now and then, just for the sake of being offbeat. That's what makes it fun and interesting. Okay. That's going to be it for today's unboxing and first impressions. You will get a full comprehensive review of each individual knife. It'll be a few weeks down the road. I have a lot to review this season, so it might be a bit before you see these guys again. But if you want to check them out now, like I said, there's links in the description. Thanks again to Tools for Gents, which is the link in the description you'll need to go to pick these up. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.